Hi, my name is Dee, and I love to suffer. Welcome back to my channel. So I figured that I wanted to make a fun video about a movie that I watched maybe last year or so. I'm not really sure. I watched this movie called Would You Rather, and I believe that it came out in 2012, but I watched it for the first time either last year or the year before that. And it's become one of my comfort movies because it's just fun to watch other people suffer in film versus me suffering, which I do every single day, and I'm very tired of it. I'm gonna read the synopsis or just the plot from Google so that you guys can know just what you're going into if you haven't already seen the film, because it's one of those good old fun torture porn movies. So the synopsis from Google says, Iris, who is the main protagonist, and 7 other desperate people become trapped in Shepard, the man from fucking Reanimator, in Shepard's mansion. Shepard forces them to play a sadistic game for a large sum of money, but the dilemmas become increasingly deadly, which, why are we trusting the man from Reanimator? I started it again while I was doing my makeup just so that I could have like a mental map of how the film plays out. So it starts with our main protagonist, Iris, and she is at a job interview. So she's trying to figure out how to save money in order to pay for her brother's bone marrow transplant because he is very, very sick. The reason that I want to pause right here is, what's it feel like to have morals? Because girl, you already had a house. Your brother is supposed to be in school, even though he's sick, which means that you have the house to yourself most of the time, right? So I think that she had been going to school before this. I believe that she was like in college or something. So she's already it's clear that she had a plan before this, and this all kind of came out of nowhere. Both of their parents, I believe, are deceased. I think maybe they died in a car wreck or something. You know, people love writing movies with parents dying in a damn car wreck. Like, y'all can't get more creative. Like, they went swimming in Galveston, got sucked into one of them twirly holes. So her brother, he got bone marrow problems, sis. Girl, child, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, you got the whole house to yourself. Your parents are not there anymore. There's no one here to judge you, even though you should not be judging anybody for what I'm about to say. But girl, why you not busting it wide on camera? You telling me your pussy is too good to be on camera so you can pay for your brother's bone marrow? Because if you would have just conceded and shook it and popped it and let it drip drop on camera, why you acting like OnlyFans don't exist? Why you acting like you can't upload ritualistically to Pornhub and get you a following and make you some money? Girl, you could have been popping vegetarian pussy on Pornhub. I don't get it. I couldn't understand. What's that like? What's it like to have morals? You're not gonna have me suffering. Do I look like a woman above sucking dick to pay rent? Is that what I look like to you? Because you would be wrong. Girl, move. She has to make a trip to her brother's doctor to speak about some of the costs and maybe possibly cutting them. And the doctor is very, very handsome. What is his name? He's so handsome. Lawrence Gillard Jr. Yeah, Lawrence is really aging super well. I'm going to put a photo of him in here. He's aging really well. He's so handsome. So her doctor speaks to her and he's like, I can help you cut some of these costs. And of course, Iris is like, girl, tell me what it is. What's the tea? I would like to know so my brother don't die on my watch. She goes in there and old Reanimator is sitting in the fucking corner. If y'all weren't already suspicious about this man's face, I will also insert his face. This man has a scary face. I don't trust anybody who looks like this nigga. I'm sorry. I get so distracted so easily, and I took my medicine today, which they increased the price of. You lucky I have insurance, you bums. Our girl Iris goes and speaks to Reanimator and handsome black man. He suggests that she goes to this party that this rich person is having. Allow me to jump in again. Why are we trusting rich people? Rich people are fucking psychopaths. We should not be trusting anything these motherfuckers have to say. I will never forgive Wonder Woman for forcing us to listen to In a Panoramic, In a Pied Piper. She wanted us, the poors, the brokies, the dusty blacks, to sing alongside her. Imagine. Girl, imagine my foot up your ass, bitch. Open your purse. Imagine all the people. Suck my dick. Sorry. So handsome doctor suggests that she goes to this party because this rich person is having basically a damn Hunger Games for the brokies. She doesn't know that. She doesn't ask enough questions because I would be like, okay, so what am I supposed to wear? Do I need to wear boots? Like, what kind of games is it? Am I gonna have to fuck anybody on camera? I don't think that I would ever get to this point to where I would have to like go basically through a baby purge for rich people when I could be fucking and sucking on camera for money in the comfort of my own abode. Like, those were all your options. You exhausted every option, girl. You didn't try to get a loan. You don't have no friends that could slide you a little something. You didn't have a business idea, girl. You didn't want to try to sell lashes. They on Wish. You couldn't take a little bit of money and go on Wish, buy a bunch of lashes, repackage them and sell them, sis. That's goofy of you. She asked if she can think it over, which is fair. But homeboy's like, it's at 8. It's at 8 tonight. So if you don't choose, then your brother's dead. Like, basically. She goes home and clearly her brother is like really upset that she's having to go through all of this trouble in order to like keep him alive. But that's what you do for people that you love. It's not his fault his bones don't work. Is that what that is? Is that what that means? I don't know how. Does he have bone cancer? She talks it over with her brother and she's like, oh, I have to go out tonight. And he was like, girl, for who? Like, with who? And she's like, oh no, it's just, I'm having dinner with some people. It's fine. And he looks really sad. Don't you want to like live your life? And I get it because I've never been this sick before, but I understand you being like, man, I'm causing a lot of trouble and I really don't want to inconvenience anyone. And that's kind of who I am. I'm a person that's like, I don't want to make anything harder for anyone. So bitch, I will suffer in silence the whole time. I've been doing it for years, bitch. I'm a pro. If this was a unlockable achievement, I would have already unlocked it all the way to platinum. Suffering in silence. Bing. That would have been my shit. So my baby girl Iris goes to this party. She walks in and she sees that there are 7 other people sitting in the room. So she goes around and she meets people. You can already tell who the nice boys are. There's 2 very nice people that are already just kind of up and chatting with each other. And that's who I am. Like, I would have already been trying to chat with people because especially when I get nervous, bitch, I talk. She meets a man named Lucas and a man named Cal. So Lucas and Cal are already having a little sip, which is probably what I would do as well because I also nervous drink. I don't have time to rehash the dumbassery that Baby D used to do. I'm still that dirty foot bitch from the backwoods. I just am. So when I go places and there's too many white people, like I get nervous. They had these Jello shots. They were in the shape of Texas, you already know. I cleared 3 trays by myself. And I was like at my fighting weight at that point. I was probably like 140. I ate 3 straight trays of Jello shots, like digging my finger in and taking them hoes. I could not see by the time I was done. I could not see because I was nervous drinking. I was like, oh, this is going to be an easy way for me to ingest this alcohol. Anyway, I would probably be one of the people nervous drinking at this gathering. So when they look around the room, there's this disabled old lady that you see kind of at the beginning of the film. She's in a wheelchair and I believe she's paralyzed from her waist down. And as soon as I saw her, I said, oh, she out of here. All these people got working parts. You have a visible disability. You are elderly and these are virile young ass people. I don't think you're gonna make it. So they go around the room. They see that there is Iris meets Lucas and Cal, who are the 2 nice guys who offer her a drink. Then there's this older, not as old as the lady that's disabled, but there's this older gentleman who's just drinking water. And already I'm peeping that because I'm like, he ain't drinking. I'm not drinking, bitch. What you up to? Because what you have to remember while you're watching this film is that this is still a competition. Like, you are still trying to win. And I believe that the amount was like $1 million. And I'm like,
is that tax free?
They're getting to know each other. And then I see my girl, Sasha Grey. Sasha said, look, I don't want to do porn anymore. That's not who I am. I'm not that bitch no more. And the whole time, girl, round of applause. Yes, Sasha, give us nothing. She gave us nothing. She gave us bitchy attitude and a dead face. I feel like Sasha's range is O-face and completely annoyed and disinterested in the situation. So Miss Sasha was sitting in the corner like, and I was like, yes, bitch, give us nothing. Give us nothing at all. Give us not a goddamn thing, Sasha. They're getting ready to have this dinner. And this is when shit kind of starts kicking off. What I would have been doing at the beginning of this game is making some shit up. Because you get to a point where they bring the food out and it's what they say is, and this might just be the bumpkin in me hopping and jumping the fuck out and crip walking across the screen. They bring out steak, asparagus, and foie gras. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. But when they showed the plate, bitch, I was like, that's steak, asparagus, and mashed potatoes. Why are you being bougie on my potatoes? These are mashed potatoes, bitch. Stop playing somebody else's face. I know what the fuck mashed potatoes look like. I've made them from scratch and the boiling bag, bitch. I don't know what you're talking about. Iris looks down and she's like, I can't eat this. This is not something that I'm vegetarian. Girl, Reanimator looked at her and said, I will pay you $5,000. And then he upped the motherfucking ante. He said, I'm gonna pay you $10,000 to eat the whole thing and the foie gras. Baby, I would have been like, do you want me to eat everybody's steak in this bitch? Is it $10,000 per plate? Because I will eat everybody's plate in here and dip. I'm like, how much money did you need, Iris? Because I feel like that was a good base amount. And we could have avoided all of this if you would have just dealt. If you would have just dealt and ate that fucking steak and then dipped when homeboy was like, yeah, everybody can head out. Like, if you don't want to be here anymore, you can head out. So baby eats that steak. And then Reanimator opens his motherfucking mouth laughing like, ah ha ha ha. All these years of all this work you've done, all gone. And I'm like, stop laughing at me. I hate that shit. I get so angry when people like laugh at me. Like, if I get mad and you giggling and you tee-heeing, bitch, I'ma swing on you. So there's another gentleman, the gentleman that was noticed earlier, that would not drink anything. So he's just drinking water. They had wine and I would have bottomed that wine, baby. Reanimator. What's the man's real name? I'm gonna keep calling him Reanimator the whole fucking time. Shepard. He's the host and he's the one who owns the mansion that they're playing in. He sees that Conway. So Conway is played by John Hurd, and John Hurt's like a real actor. I'm not saying that these other people aren't real actors, but he's like a real live Fox 5 actor. Like, he's done stuff. And he was only there for like 0.5 seconds. Let me get to it. He notices that he's not drinking anything and he's like, oh, so you don't drink? This man brings a whole fucking decanter of whiskey out. He's like, I'll pay you $10,000 to drink this whole thing. He wouldn't have even been able to finish that sentence before I was like, whoop, gone. But also, I'm built different. Like, I can't just drink a whole handle of some shit. And I'm like, I get that this man was an alcoholic, but he's no longer an alcoholic now. So if he drinks this entire decanter right now, like bottoms it, I feel like he'll get alcohol poisoning. But I might be wrong about that. So he bottoms that bitch up through some protest, and everybody's like, this is ghetto. Those are the first two little things. And after Iris and Conway have their little drinky eaties, he's like, all right, let's start the game. And I'm already sweating for these people. Like, I'm nervous for them because clearly these things are about to be morally based. So what your morals are might end up getting you killed. And again, you have to remind yourself, yes, these are people, but like, I don't know any of you motherfuckers and I'm only here for my brother. Like, yeah, I've created a bond with Lucas and Cal, but at the end of the day, I don't know you niggas. Y'all could be pedophiles. Like, y'all could be out here beating puppies with dead seals. I don't know what y'all are doing, and I don't think I want to risk that shit. And also, who the fuck is showering? I'm so sorry if y'all can hear that. Shepard, I believe is his name. Shepard gives them the okay, like, hey, if anybody who wants to leave, this is your last chance to do that shit. If I was Iris or Conway, I would have taken that. Conway grabbed his little stack of money, drunk as hell, looked around and was like, I fuck with you. And then he looked at the stack of money he had and got greedy. See, this is what happens. All you niggas got greedy. I would have got greedy in that first little round. I would have been making up like, oh yeah, I don't eat pussy. Like, I don't do that. I would have literally just started making shit up.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I told you I don't do that.
Then I would have grabbed my little money when he was like, y'all ready to bounce? I would have bounced. He was like, I got cars outside. Okay. I haven't seen anything illegal happen yet, so I think I'm safe. I'm gonna take my little stack of money and I'm gonna dip. That's what makes the most sense to me. Because everybody else was like, I guess we're staying. I would have left. Because like, this man is clearly crazy. He was excited to watch this girl who has been a vegetarian for 1 billion years eat meat. And this man who has been absolutely bone sober for 16 years drink a whole decanter of whiskey. No, this man does not care about our well-being and he's going to do worse things to us. So I would have already grabbed my shit and dipped. So the first round of torture is brought out by the butler. His name was Bevins. He used to work, I think he said MI5. I don't know what that is, but he got an accent, so I feel like that's something foreign. I don't know. So he brings out these little headband things to where it will shock you. And they make rounds around the table. Conway, Iris, and Cal. No. Conway got shot in the face because he was trying to get up after he saw they brought out the electrical gear. He was like, I don't want to do this. This is heinous. And he got popped. Quick, pop. Done. They dragged homeboy out and everybody's, oh my God, oh my God. Like, you had your time. Shut the fuck up. Then Bevins is like, everybody sit the motherfucker down. All y'all niggas need to sit down. Like, I will shoot everybody in this motherfucker. Like, Bevins is ready to pop off. Everybody sits down. They rig them up with the little headband electric boys. Iris, Lucas, and Cal all decide to electrocute themselves because they're nice people. And honestly, more power to you, because I know myself. Because I know myself that if this was a situation I was put into that I didn't willingly walk into, I would probably take a beating. I would take a licking and keep on sticking because I care about people. But if I went into this entire thing knowing that the only thing saving that could save my brother is being here, all you motherfuckers are dead and you just don't know it. I'm counting all of your days for you. If I know that this is the only thing that I need to do or I can do to save my brother's life, not my brother, I'm gonna say my sister, because I hate them niggas. I hate all of them. I hate my brothers. Oh my fucking God. I'm gonna say my sister. If it's me trying to save my sister, I'm Xing all y'all out. I'm getting y'all the fuck up out of here. If it was my choice and I went in there, I'm getting y'all the fuck up out of here. I don't have time. This isn't America's Next Top Best Friend. It's America's Next Top Model. I'm getting all y'all the fuck up out of here. So please do not enter any contest with D, whether it's life or death, because I will kill you. It's that simp. Let's run that back. So the first round that they bring out is these, like, basically baby electric chairs. You have 15 seconds to choose whether you're going to electrocute yourself or the other player that has the other opposite part on their head. After all that happens, because girl, it's a mess. This is a mess. I just could never, you could never catch me dead. Also, meanwhile, all of this shit is happening. The doctor, you got me into this shit. I'm speaking as Iris right now. Dr. Handsome, you pulled me into this situation, which is completely unfair and it pisses me the fuck off. So they show a little flashback, like while these people are playing this game, Dr. Handsome is flashing back because he's like sitting in his house thinking like, man, I might have just killed Iris, which you did. Like, for all you know, if you didn't go there, you killed Iris, who's a nice lady. She was genuinely a nice woman. I don't know about any of the other people. I saw what she was going through and my sympathies lie with Iris. So he starts feeling guilty and he decides that he's going to go to this mansion where he knows that there are fucking armed guards. You're so stupid. Fucking A, man. He goes there with his little blicky attempting to go and try to save Iris. And I'm like, sir, if you didn't like me, if I said something that you didn't like, and I pissed you off, you could have just said that. You did not have to send me into Jigsaw's fucking trap and have me die. I fucking hate it here. He's driving there because he starts to feel bad. While that's happening, they're flashing back to the game. Well, they're flipping back to the game. So you can see everybody getting very, very nervous. Because I would be. I don't like being electrocuted. The whole time, Miss Amy, I think is her name, who is being played by Sasha Grey, is sitting in the corner looking real smug. She would have been the first bitch I beat up. I would have beat her the fuck up. I would have got up and grabbed her by that greasy ass hair and beat her ass. Y'all gonna have to tie me to this chair because I'm really ready to act up. She was making me heated the whole film because she was running her fucking mouth. You real big for a bitch who looks like you're also in dire straits. We are all here for a reason. We all need money. After they do the whole electrocute situation, they all start talking because they're like, oh my God, everything's getting real serious. And I was like, it was serious when they shot Conway. Like, this shit been serious. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Like, we've been in trouble. So they all start chatting. They're all leaning in and they're like, okay, so everybody, I feel like everyone who's associated with the fucking crazies. And again, I really need to remind y'all gotta stop trusting rich people. They're all crazy. Every single rich person is fucking insane. Because once you get a certain amount of money, you stop giving a fuck about the quality and sanctity of life. Everything just seems, I feel like rich people are constantly chasing one high after another. You're on a yacht. Okay, I'm on a yacht, but have you ever fucked on a jet ski? Like, I feel like their brains are always constantly like, okay, well, I want to punch a shark. I also want to own a giraffe. Like, them niggas is insane. You have to stop trusting rich people. Y'all got into this situation because you trusted a rich person. I can help you. So do you want me to set up a charity in my name? Do you want me to open a GoFundMe page? Because I don't know, you want to help me, but you also want to torture me? That's the wrong answer, baby. I don't have time. You caught the wrong bitch on the wrong day. I'm telling you that right now. I'd be like, sirs, y'all just gonna have to go ahead and shoot me. Like, I don't know what is going on here, but y'all gonna have to get me up out of here. Y'all gonna have to go ahead and clock me out. Clock me the fuck out. Cause this is a lot for me. And again, you could never catch me because, girl, you acting like throwing pussy for money is the worst thing you could do. Iris had a cute little body, girl. You didn't want to strip? You didn't give that a try? You didn't want to hop on Ashley Madison? Is that what it's called? The little sugar baby site for married men? You didn't want to try that, girl? None of that? Why do you have morals? Your brother's dying. As your brother's dying, so should your morals. They should be out of here. You should be laying them bitches to rest, putting them out to pasture. I don't get it. So they're all chatting at the table. There is a war veteran. I think his name is Travis. Shout out to Travis. He is truly a king. Travis was out here doing what the people won't do. He was out here being like, I will beat your ass. I will fight you. It got him into a little bit of trouble though. The crazy rich dude has a son who has kind of been dropping hints that his son is a rapist. He was like, you can't touch any of the people that are here. Remember what happened last time. And I'm like, why did you invite this nigga? Security! Come get him out of here. Somebody come collect him. I need you to come and get him. Security. But you let him sit in. The fact that you got to remind him not to rape, that means that's an innate thing that he does. Like, it's just his default. Like it is for me blinking and breathing. Homeboy's just like,
that's what I do. I rape.
Like, what? Everybody takes 5. 2 dudes leave. Stupid ass son walks in. He's calling these people out their name, and I'm too fucking indignant. I would have already been dead. I just talk too much shit. I say too many things, and I am not nice, especially to rich white people. I'm just not nice to them. You should be bullying your local rich person. You're supposed to be bullying your politicians, bullying your rich people, and bullying Trump supporters. Bullying works. And you heard that from me. I'm just kidding. Don't go bully anyone. Bully rich people. Rich people are psychopaths. You can bully rich people. Allegedly. I'm not endorsing bullying. Don't go bully anyone. The weirdo raper son comes in. He talking shit. He's calling these people pigs, and he's like,
you're basically begging my family for money.
And you guys are basically knockoff jigsaws. So I feel like we're all kettle calling the pot black. Like, stop. We're all stupid and shouldn't be here. Travis, my king of kings, oh king of kings, he hops up and he's like, I'll beat your ass, bitch. Run the fuck up. Run me my fucking money, Travis says. Because he was like, I'm gonna beat your ass, bitch. Like, you do not need to be disrespecting nobody. There's ladies here. He was drinking his respect women juice. And because he did that and he popped off to this little petulant fucking brat, he's like, you're gonna regret that, buddy. You know who my dad is. I'm gonna get my lawyer involved. He was really on that shit. The next game starts. It is either being beaten by a jambak, which is a whipping stick. Them bitches are dangerous. Not only, let me go ahead and put my little BDSM cap on again. The reason that doms and dominatrix do not whip along the back during impact play is because there's a lot of really important organs and just unprotected shit on your back. Like, if you hit your back the wrong way, you could fucking die. It could literally kill you, which is the reason why they usually aim for the buttocks, maybe parts of the arm, along the legs, but not like the back of the leg and not just like at the creasing part of your butt. That's the reason that all of those places are avoided, because it could cause irreversible damage to your body. When they brought out this goddamn jambak, I immediately was like, oh, you out of here, my king. Travis is getting it. He's getting it the entire time. So it's either whip Travis 3 times with the jambak or stab a named player in the leg. The other issue with this is that there are arteries. Well, there is an artery, a really big one, that if it is punctured or severed, you could bleed out in minutes without help. It's kind of towards the inner part of your thigh. So if you, I guess, stab on the outside part of your thigh, or maybe towards like a meatier part of your thigh, you should be fine. But if you stab towards the inner part of your thigh, you run a really good risk of hitting that artery and bleeding the fuck out. He gets hit with the jambak from Iris, Lucas, and Bevins. By the time Bevins gets to him, Travis is out. Homeboy said he couldn't handle it. And I wouldn't be able to either. Everybody getting a stab as far as I'm concerned. I can understand that first round with the jambak. I can understand it because everybody's thinking like, all right, who's the most vulnerable here? He has already been in the military. He's seen some shit. He's experienced some shit. And to his credit, to my credit, he did say like, I can handle it. I've been through worse. Okay. Because I would, again, I'm thinking with my empathy brain and imagining that I was thrust into this situation and I didn't choose to be here, because all these people chose to be here because they needed the money. So if I'm thinking for my competitive brain, I'm getting Travis the fuck up out of here. I'm getting Amy, because that bitch has been talking shit this whole time. In case you haven't noticed, this is a competition. Like, I would beat her up. I'm like, you got to get out of here. I'm targeting you first and foremost. Like, girl, I'm on your ass. I'm hurting you every single time a round comes, strictly on the fact that I don't like you and I need you to be up out of here. If I'm thinking from empathy brain, I don't want to stab an old lady, but she is disabled. She cannot feel her legs. So if I get her on a good juicy meaty part of her thigh, she'll be fine. She don't even know it hurt. She good. We can just patch that shit up, keep it pushing. But it was probably for the best to get her up out of here quick. It gets around to the gambler. There's a pro gambler in the situation, and I think the reason he's there is because he gambled all of his money away. He looks at Travis and he's like, look, if I'm keeping it a buck with you, he is not going to survive more whack-ins. And you can't even feel your legs. So I'm gonna give you a quick stab and we'll be done. It'll be fine. And the old lady's like, oh my goodness, no. And I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up. He stabs this woman. It was like he was aiming for the fucking artery. He hit that bitch, and as soon as he pulled it out, blood shot out of the wound. And I was like, she's gone. Oh my goodness, girl. Start planning the funeral. My condolences, ma'am. The nice man tried to put a tourniquet on it. It didn't work. She bled out. But before she bleeds out, it was either whip Travis, the old lady, or stab Amy. She stabbed Amy so damn quick, and Amy elbows the shit out of this old lady. And I'm like, this bitch sucks. She sucks. You just elbowed an old lady. Fuck you. Oh my God. It's Amy's turn. And it's either whip Travis or stab a player of any choosing. Tell me why this bitch gets up out of her chair, walks directly to Iris, and then asks, can I stab her anywhere? You're a problem. You're a whole problem. And I want to beat your ass. She stabs Iris in her side. Luckily, it doesn't puncture a lung, but Iris just got fucking stabbed, and she don't deserve that because that's my girl. She goes back. She sits down. There was an attempt at an escape. Lucas, Cal, and Iris all jump one of the guards. Iris ends up getting out and stabbing the dude, and this is where my homie Cal fucked up. Cal, instead of running out as well, finding a window to break to get the fuck up out of here, he walks towards the man with the jambak to hit him and gets shot. Never have I seen such a blatant fumbling of the bag. So they all have to go chase after Iris. And while all of this is happening, the doctor is already inside. He's somehow figured out how to fucking Tom Clancy Splinter Cell get into the fucking house, not get seen. Iris is on the basement floor, and she's trying to get out. And here comes old Raper McGee hopping on my girl. He hopped up on my girl. She beats his ass. And handsome doctor is like, Iris, literally, let me reenact this for you. Iris. He has a weapon in his hand. That's what that is. I'm really sorry I put you into this situation. I'm gonna get you out of here. Pop! He gets shot. Why are you monologuing, bro? This is not monologuing time. It's like in the fucking apocalypse, all you niggas be trying to fuck. Do not try to fuck me in the apocalypse. Why are y'all trying to fuck in the apocalypse? These people are literally getting shot. This could have all been avoided if you would have just called the cops. You already knew where it was. You knew the time it was happening, and you decided not to call the police. This is a murder house. It's dead bodies all through this bitch. I'm sure if they took a black light to this motherfucker with some luminol, it would light up. And you decided to go there in person. Of course they were gonna know it was you, stupid. Handsome doctor's out. Iris has to get taken back to the room. Son of Shepherd hears that his son tried to rape Iris, and he walks up to Iris when she is brought back into the room and is like, I am so sorry, Iris. I can't believe this happened to you. Yes, you can. I'm tired. And not to mention, the son's name was Julian. Robin Lord Taylor. That man looks like a lizard. So after they send Julian to the sunken place where he belongs, they start the next round. But not before Shepard apologizes to Iris and is like, but well, his mom died and, he has a really hard time with restraint. I'm sorry about that. Like, why are you apologizing like you stepped on her fucking Thames? He's a rapist. Jesus fucking Christ. The next game is a game of choice, I suppose. So you can either choose what's in the envelope or spend 2 minutes submerged with your face in a barrel of water. From what I've gathered, I was a swimmer, so I feel like I just do well with holding my breath. But from what I've gathered, for a regular person, if you take deep breaths and you do that maybe 3 times and then expel all of the air out of your lungs, you could theoretically hold your breath 3 minutes. No thrashing around, it'll send oxygen to your muscles, which is oxygen you should be using to try to hold your goddamn breath. But if you have to do that too many times in a row, you kind of losing the ability to calm yourself the fuck down. Girl, I panicked backing out of a parking space. I would die. They choose Peter, who is the gambler, first. So Peter ends up choosing the card, and my friend Peter has to hold a thick ass firework in his hand. He has to let it go off in his hand. And in order for him not to drop it, they duct tape this fucking explosive to his hand. Peter clocks out. They clock my friend Peter out because once it explodes in his hand, he looks at it, he panics, and he has a fucking heart attack and dies. Lucas also chooses the card. He has to cut his eyeball open. If you don't like eye horror, this is not for you. I don't think they show it. It sucks. So he has 30 seconds. He grabs it and homeboy cuts his fucking eye open. They move to my bitch Iris, and Iris chooses the barrel, and it was for the best because if she would have chose the card, they would have had to remove all of her teeth. She would have been gumming dicks down for the rest of her life. My girl said, no, I'd rather drown. So she does that. She's fine. She survives it. And then they get to that bitch Amy. I got a vendetta against Amy. They get to Amy and the funniest way she could have died. It was absolutely hilarious. She decides to take the card, and the card is to be submerged for... You was Billy Badass earlier. You was Big Dick Daryl earlier. Fuck you. Oh shit, I did not remember that. Amy, you bitch. 4 minutes. Girl, you should have took your chance with the 2. So we're coming up on the end part of this film. Amy, of course, drowns because, bitch, can't none of us hold our breath for no 4 minutes except, what was that man? David Blaine with his weird ass. I'm so glad magicians aren't a thing anymore. It's down between Lucas and Iris, and they have to either decide to shoot the other person or leave and not get any money. So, of course, that's when the fight or flight kicks in because Lucas is like, we can both just leave. We can both just leave. But then Iris starts thinking about her little broken bone ridden brother. She's like, well, he ain't got no bones. And you know, the way my bank account is set up, he ain't no bones. I gotta give my brother some bones. I really don't know how bone marrow works. I guess she popped Lucas. And this is the part, this movie had the Miss Spirit on it. Homegirl wins. She shoots this nice man who just cut his fucking eyeball open after he was basically pleading for his life. Iris is like, I want to make this shit worth it. And the only way to make it worth it is to get you up out of here. I'm leaving with that money. I'm leaving with the money that I got earlier, and I'm leaving with the money that was promised when I win. Baby girl gets home and she's like, oh my boy, I'm about to get him some milk. Yes. She enters the room to greet her brother, and he has killed himself. He took a bunch of pills. My nigga, you couldn't have waited 5 seconds. This is the first time this bitch done went out. So, okay, let's run that back. You was asking, oh my God, who you going out with? Say this was a date. Say this was the first time homegirl was going to go on a date. You wanted to have her come back from this date that she might have been having a good time on to find your dead ass? I'm so annoyed. What if you wanted to fuck the end part of her date up? She can't date that dude after. And this is me just speaking in hypothetical. If she had gone on a date, if he was like, oh, my sister's going on a date, she's trying to live her life. You gonna kill yourself the night of my date? You didn't want to wait a little bit. Oh my God, I would have revived that nigga, brought down some ether. I would have rezzed his ass just so I could berate and beat him myself. You fucked up my night. I've watched like 6 people die tonight. That's the headspace I'm in. And then when she gets the money, like, I'm just gonna run through what I would be thinking. This fucking sucks. I get home thinking, okay, I just murdered a person and saw a whole bunch of other people die. But you know what, bitch? I did that. And I did it for my family. And I get home and you dead? Let me end this goddamn video because I don't know what the fuck these people are doing or why they're showering like this in fucking 5-second intervals. I really hope that you guys like this video of me rambling and ranting and talking way too goddamn much. I'm so sorry. But you know what? It's a whole lot of people that are like, I wish I could watch movies with you. This is what you would get. My partner gets so fucking tired of me talking during movies. And I can't stop myself because I'm always watching shit that I'm like, who let you in here? What the fuck are y'all doing? I'm always watching movies and I'm always reacting that way. So it's fun for me to sit down and like do this. I'm going to try to find a better format for it because I've seen a lot of other YouTubers to where they'll put in clips from the movie, and I want to do that, but I don't know how easy it is for them to get the video uploaded because of like copyright issues and things like that. Do I do it and only put like some of the audio in, because I know that it's within YouTube terms and conditions that I can react to things as long as I'm making it transformative. So I feel like the commentary that I would have would be transformative because it's not just me being like, oh, it's like, that's not transformative, that's just me parroting. So I'm gonna try to come up with a better format for this because I do kind of want to put clips and pieces in it, and I've kind of dabbled in it before with one of the first list video, and I put a couple clips of the stuff in there, but I'm going to try to figure out how to splice those things in, see what gets past the algorithm, see what gets past the copyright triggering system, and maybe try to do it that way, because I really like watching movies, and there are times where I will live stream me watching a film and just kind of post it to my Instagram, which I have so much fun doing because I can do it in bed and not have to put on a full face of makeup. I'm going to go ahead and end this video off here. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please send it out to your friends and family. Please post it places, boost me. I really enjoy doing this and definitely want to get down to having a schedule. Ooh, that was fucking good. I would really like if you guys supported me, if you talked to me down in the comment section and just, you know, encourage me because I'm just a little boy. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much and have a great evening. Mijita, what the fuck are you doing? You are so weird, homie. You are the weirdest fucking dog on the face of the planet. Weird, homie.